Hey everyone, what's up? And I've just reached 150 subscribers and I'm quite happy with that. Since I reached 100 it's been nothing but a steady rise and a few bumps. A few people abandoned ship, but hey, if you're not into it, you're not into it, and I don't hold you guys, you know, in any ill will. You're always welcome back because I try to be forgiving. And who knows, if I improve enough, you might like my new stuff. So, as usual, I have to talk about how I love you guys and how I won't be here without you, and you know how your support is amazing, and how, you know, I do things I do because of you, and basically I, you know, love you guys very much. But really, I'm just here to say I really fucking hate you. No, I'm joking. Joking, really joking. Nah, seriously. If it weren't for you guys out there, my subs, and the people who I like on this list, I've got a list here, yeah, and my headphones just dropped, by the way. So, as usual, I do the obligatory shout-outs, and, you know, I'll talk about where the channel's going, where it was before, and welcome the new subs, basically. So, the channel is doing absolutely fine. There's a financial strain at the moment because I'm broke, but I'm getting paid this month, and I'm getting paid next month. I'm getting quite a bit of money, so I'm gonna try and find a new microphone that actually sounds pretty damn good, and I'll try and look after it, okay? I will try. I'm thinking well into the future as well, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'm currently trying to improve my Vegas Pro skills, and I've been using this camera a lot more now that I've realised that I can boost the audio on the Vegas Pro, and now nobody can criticise my volume levels because I've now got the perfect mix. So that's good. I'm gonna try and diversify the topics. I desperately need to do that because there's going to be a point where I'm going to be overloaded with social justice warriors, and I just need something to add a bit more flavour, you know? I mean, variety is the spice of life, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't. So, you know, I want to do more stuff on atheism, and I want to do more stuff on creationists, you know, more on the right wing, because I'm getting sick and tired of discussing about progressives. It's fun, good fun, but you need an occasional diversion, or maybe just, I don't know, talk about bullshit and do some more reviews. I've thought about reviewing like movies that I like and albums that I like, stuff like that. So that'll all come eventually. I've just got loads of videos to do in my head. I don't really write them down. I should really write stuff that I'm going to do down. But I have a lot of stuff in my head that I need to get out first, and once I get all that out, then I can start doing more of that stuff. So that's it. Into the future, say 1 or 2 years, I'm hoping to move out of this house and get my own flat or something, or maybe, you know, shack up with some other people. Not in a, oh, never mind. I know shack up means being in a relationship kind of thing. You know, just, you know, get a roommate, share a flat. But I prefer to be on my own so I can be as unhinged and censorship free from people as I can be. And I'm planning, and this is quite, you know, ambitious on my part, to use green screen at some point. I have mentioned that in the past. I'm still trying to work out how I'm going to use that, what software I'm going to use for that, and you know, I want to make my videos look better. Basically, I want to improve my videography skills as well, and yeah, I'm going to just keep doing what I do. I'm going to try and learn how to basically articulate my points better without going all the time, and you know, try and think a bit more, you know. So that is some long-term plans, and monetization is going alright, but eventually when I reach several thousand subs, I reckon, you know, I'm thinking, you know, past 5,000 maybe, I don't know, I still haven't worked it out. I'm gonna probably get a Patreon, but I don't. Well, it's not that I don't like it. I like the service. I think it works, you know, for what it does. You know, you're a patron and you want me to create something that's very old school in its approach, and I have no problem with that. But you know, someone with 150 subs, it's kind of a bit e-begging, and I feel uncomfortable with it. Once I get a bigger subscriber base, then you can loan your shackles to me, and I will try and do stuff for you. It's going to be difficult though, because, you know, I'm not someone who, you know, who's very organised occasionally, you know, so the perks are probably going to be really shit as well. You know, I might be, you know, occasionally late or something. That's what I'm worried about as well. You know, it's the perks. You expect something, or maybe you just want to pay and be my budget. I don't know. You guys can talk to me about that. You know, maybe, you know, I'm new to all this, despite being on YouTube for quite some time. So, you know, ambitious maybe, but that's something I want to, you know, research and look into. So now it's time for the shout-outs, the obligatory shout-outs to the people I hate, love, you know, and I'm going to start in no particular order. These are people that I've been watching a lot, or I get along with and like their opinions, and they probably, yeah, they deserve more subs. So, number 1 on the list, MsShadowPaint. MsShadowPaint is the first person with over 1,000 subs that subscribed to me. I felt over the moon. I was like, oh shit, someone bigger than me. Senpai noticed me. And I like her very much. She's a smart girl. She's very, you know, opinionated, I'd say, and has some good videos on, you know, social justice and feminism when she does them, which she kind of wants to blue me. She tends to talk about them more on her live streams, which I really need to get on. I'm very sorry, ShadowPaint. I will try in the future when, you know, time kind of meets and we can do so. She does Let's Plays too. You should check them out too. They're pretty entertaining, pretty good. And I'm not good at describing people, so I'm going to try and keep it as brief as I can, but definitely check her out. She's really good. She's got a lot of things to say, and I think she deserves more than 1,000 plus subscribers. There we go. My second is kind of maybe linked to another person down the line, but it's kind of separate anyway. I don't know. There's 2 other people on it, and that is the Drunken Peasants. And without the Drunken Peasants and a few other people on this list, I would not be making this video. I would probably still be sitting on my ass watching other people and just going, yeah, you go, I agree with that, rather than, you know, sticking my head above the parapet and taking a shot from a sniper. So I love the Drunken Peasants. They were one of the first atheist podcasts that I found, and I've always been an atheist, but I never ever watched any videos that I can remember of. I always used to watch music and other stuff. Like, maybe occasionally I might have come across TJ and others, but by and large, I didn't watch anything like that. Which surprises me that I didn't, you know. But I am now. I am well versed in what's been going on, and I love the Drunken Peasants. I love the community. I love the little mythos they've got. Their wiki page is great. I basically like the rapport that they have. The 3 of them, Ben, TJ, and Scotty. Especially TJ and Scotty. You know, that's the relationship I wanted with my sister and never got. So, you know, they can be at times infuriating and not particularly informative when they're just, you know, doing silly jokes, which also I find hilarious. But at the same time, they can be so informing and so, you know, on point that you just have to applaud it and go, well done, guys. You know, these are the guys that basically, you know, put the final nail in the coffin of, you know, Brett Keane and Ryan Wiley, who cares about them now, you know? And they have interesting guests on almost daily basis, almost, not all the time. These are the only people, apart from Gary Edwards, who is, by the way, on the list, spoiler alert, who can make an inanimate object a character in and of itself, and that is Scotty Cena. And you need to watch it to get Scotty Cena. The guests are always top drawer. There's some you'll hate, there's some you'll love. I know I hate some of them, and I love some of them as well. Some of them I don't care. So check him out. I know a lot of people are very opinionated on TJ, but come on. Hey, it's a good podcast. Number 3 is my fellow Brit and lefty, although I'm probably more left-wing than him, Sargon of Akkad. He is another one who, if it weren't for him, I probably would not be making videos. I would be, again, on my ass. I was kind of shocked when I first listened to him, because well, like Bane666 says, everyone has to a degree drank the poison Kool-Aid, and I probably vomited it all out when I listened to him. You know, it was coming out a little bit from other people, and then probably everywhere when I basically discovered his videos for the first time, and no tea left, sadly. So, no, that's the thing, he always has to get his tea, but I'm not doing that. So, I liked his earlier work, particularly when he did the Digra videos, and he's still, you know, sound in his research and everything, but I always felt those particular ones, especially his Gamergate ones, were so in-depth, and so, like, taking it from another point of view that nobody thought to even bother to think about. I always found that fascinating. I used to think it was like, oh, this is a load of funny conspiratorial claptrap, because, you know, he likes a good conspiracy theory. He's not a theorist, but he just likes to think about them and read about them, and I just thought that's bullshit. But it's not bullshit, is it, as it's conspired to be? And I just liked the way he did it. I liked his, I especially liked him pre Daniel of Akkad. I still love him. I love all eras of Sargon of Akkad, but I love it when he used to bang his table and scream and rant, which is probably an exaggeration. Yeah, he was always on point, and he never really had hom in them either, just an insult and a point, and that was it. And that inspired my early delivery, and to a lesser extent now, but I tend to, you know, try and make it come out more naturally, my aggression and anger and pissed offness. So yeah, he kind of, you know, inspired me to do so, and I once tweeted him like, I'm doing a YouTube channel, I'm starting it up properly, what, have you got any advice? And he gave me advice, so thank you very much, Sargon. And I hope your game gets released sometime. And number 4, the artist formerly known as V Monroe, now just simply known as V. My Romanian YouTuber by the name of V Monroe, who likes to say grums as grooms. That's probably a terrible accent, but not as good as Varilo's. But V is great. V is probably more comedic than most of the rationalist types YouTubers, like Sargon, Vernaculis and SkepTorr, who do have a good sense of humour, but I think V is the one who is truly, you know, a comedian. I don't always laugh, you know, and sometimes, you know, I think he's being serious, but he's not, he's joking, you know, he's very dry, and I'm dry sometimes too, but when he's on point, he's absolutely hilarious, and he's always very rational, and his points are very direct and succinct and to the point, and I like that. I like how he's just no shit, there's no long-winded reason to get to the point. He does have long videos, but it's not long-winded in the sense that he talks about other shit to get to his point. His point is that long, and I like his style. I like his humour. Love his accent. The way he enunciates is brilliant. His feud with Total Biscuit made me laugh out loud because he absolutely embarrassed Total Biscuit, and I hope he continues to further embarrass the shit out of crazy social justice warriors and idiots who cross him. So check V out if you want no holds barred, straight to the point, no bullshit points of views. Number 5. Armoured Skeptic. I like Armoured Skeptic, even though he's a Canuck. I like it. I like how, you know, calm he is compared to most people. He gets his points across very rationally. He's good at. I love his animation. I love his character of the Armoured Skeptic. I like his little report with a shoe on head, which is pretty good. His armoured media thing is not too bad as well. I think he's the only one who consistently carries on doing videos about creationists on an almost daily basis. I just wish he made more videos, really. I mean, there's not much to say, really, other than, yeah, check those creationist videos out about and how he completely tears people like Josh Fierstein to shreds. And don't believe the feminists about him. He's absolutely fine. He's not a sexist. He didn't cause someone's suicide. That's Jenny McDermott being a cunt again. So, let's continue. Number 6. Creationist Cat! Shadow Match? This guy freaked me out when I first saw him. It was on the Drunken Peasants. He did a video about the vigilant Christian Mario, and basically, did the reverse Mario, where he accused Mario of being part of the Illuminati, and that was how I found him. At first I thought, is he a creationist? But of course he's not. It's a satire page. He's funny. I love how he uses the creationist arguments to show how dumb they are, and to create an atheist argument in and of itself, and how I love his frequent collaborations with people, and the creativity that, that he does with his videos with the cat, and his manservant, Vadim, which is pretty good. So, if you want someone who does mainly religious videos and occasionally social justice warriors and conspiracy theorists, there's another guy on your list. Check our Lord and Saviour, the Creationist Cat, or you'll totally burn in hell. Number 7. The artist formerly known as Internet Aristocrat and also known as Jim, just Jim, and now known as MsShadowPaint, and he was another one who inspired me. Not encouraged really, because that implies he talked to me, but it is an encouragement in and of itself, an inspiring thing to make videos. He was the one who properly brought me attention to social justice warriors. I mean, I'd always kind of know what they were, just didn't know the name. And his videos also helped me get rid of the Kool-Aid, at least what's mostly gone. And I loved his Five Guys Burgers and Fries videos. I love his Tumblrisms, where he discusses all the crazy Tumblrina shit that we see constantly on that site. His Hugbox Chronicles. I'm still waiting for that Emma Sulkovitz one. I remember I got my 2 videos out about her just so I could beat him to it, and I guess I did to an extent, but sadly it's not how I wanted him to beat him, because he got ill, sadly. But now he's back and he's making videos, and it's still the refreshing style that he always does, well researched, interesting points. And I think I disagreed with him heavily on his exit from Gamergate. I don't like how he views it now. I mean, he's not anti-GG, he's neutral, but I think he kind of chickened out a little bit. But that that doesn't mean I can't enjoy his work. I separate his views from Gamergate and his views on other things. I can do that with a lot of people. Unless, it has something to do with their profession, like, oh, I don't know, Felicia Day. Number 8, and turn off that pesky ad block. Isn't it funny how he's number 8? I basically just clicked everyone's profiles on YouTube so I can make this list, and it's MundaneMatt. I love MundaneMatt. I know some people think he's a bit of a, I don't know, maybe a dick, but I like him. I think he's probably the closest we have to an actual news reporter, in a way. At least the way he presents his videos. And I've used a lot of his sources and stories in my videos, because I'm terrible at researching for just people to cover on the channel. Researching facts, absolutely good, okay with, because I wouldn't have this degree right here if I couldn't do it. So I liked his videos. I liked his Hell Hath No Fury, which is probably the first one I saw. Although I did see another one of his, but that I didn't watch it all, so that doesn't count. I just like his style, the news reporting style, and how he's always interested. He always has the facts, and then he has his opinion, and he's just good. And turn off that ad block and give him some money, guys. I know I'm going to repeat myself a lot, but I mean, I'm not good at describing people. A lot of it's similar. A lot of these people have similar qualities that I like, and I just like MundaneMatt's style. Watch his videos, give him more subs, and then we'll get to see what he looks like. So go on, do it. Number 9, and it's my fellow Brit once more. Not Sargon, another person. There's quite a few Brits on here, obviously. And he's also a fellow autist, I think. And he likes to wear aviators as well, and that is Spinosauruskin. Spinosauruskin is so autistic, I love him to bits. That's why. I hope he doesn't mind me saying that about him, because we do talk to each other sometimes. But yeah, I love how that pretty much, is his style and how it affects his humour. Like, he does what I do. We take things seriously on purpose to make fun of them. So he'll take something literally, like in the in his recent Jenny McDermott video she said, now before we begin, he said, but the video's already begun. That's something that I do all the time, and you know, I see myself in him in some way. Maybe it's because I'm older than him, and I don't know, I have this thing where I love to, you know, I don't know, be kind of, you know, be the senpai of other people, when technically he's my senpai, because he has more subs. He's another one of those who is straight to the point. He's not serious, but at the same time he is serious. It's kind of a two sides of the same coin type of thing. He's very good at either having a long video and getting to the point, and having short videos and getting to the point. And I feel that he's going to go somewhere in the future. He's probably a potential member of the Rationalists, if he's not already on it already, really. So check him out. And number 10, we're going across the pond to America, and this is, I believe, the first African American of my list. I love racial equality, guys. Hey, social justice warriors, you can't fuck with me. I've had Romanians, Canadians, Americans, and Brits. So, you know. Oh, cats as well. So, here we go. The General is his name. The General deserves far more subs than he has. He doesn't make videos an awful lot. You know, which is probably why some of these people don't have a lot of subs, but some people have hardly any and have loads. He's just another rational, makes good points, especially his views on race and the American politics and the system. He just, generally, I find myself agreeing with him more than I do disagreeing with him, really. He's another person who wears aviators, and you should check out his video on Black Lives Matter and other views, topics on feminism. I like his perspective. In fact, I'd say he's kind of, I don't know, I would say the polar opposite of that guy T who is on the list. Spoilers. But he's kind of slightly different, and I like different perspectives, and he is someone who offers a different perspective, and I can't help but always listen when I see a video of his. And number 11 is Vernaculis. Vernaculis is a relatively new YouTuber that I've got into, and I generally like that he's also similar to MundaneMatt in the sense that he's more of a journalist, I guess, although, like I said, MundaneMatt's the newsreader, while Vernaculis is the person who's the journalist. I like that side. He tries to bring that into his videos. I love his puns. All his videos have a pun to some extent, especially when he's dealing with feminism. I love it. And like me, he has a family that has mixed race people in it. You know, well, I'm mixed race, so you know, of course. And I liked when he talked about that and went to do with, you know, Black Lives Matter, and now these social justice warriors hate white people, and then they'll have cognitive dissonance and, you know, say, oh no, but you're okay. Generally, I just agree with him a lot more than I do disagree. Apart from when he tried to, you know, when he did a response to Amazing Atheist. I thought Amazing Atheist was more on point than him, but, you know, he's part of that rationalist group, and so part of it overlaps the things that they're good at, so a lot of things I'll be saying applies to him and the others. I very much enjoy his Young Turks videos. You know, people constantly watch people like Atheism is Unstoppable for those videos, but watch Vernaculis. Vernaculis is far better than Atheism is Unstoppable at that. I'm totally not biased at all, obviously. Number 12 is Goodfella, and now I disagree with him a lot more than I do with the other rationalists, you know, but besides that, his videos are top notch, especially his gender studies ones, and I love his humour and his animation. I love how he's fantastic at that, and I love how he just gets more and more pissed off and fed up with the world whenever he sees another social justice type fail or story, and he's very good at pointing out the double standards of the world and how, you know, there's one set of rules for men and another for women. Check him out. Also, he's Scottish, so he's technically, you know, some kind of kin to me as a Northern Brit. So yeah, another Brit, and from north of the border. So let's continue. We've got to get cracking on. It's getting late. I'm losing light, and I've got loads more people because I don't like short lists. And number 13 is Aldus Valor. Aldus Valor is a 900 subs guy. He was the first 900 subs guy that I subscribed to who subscribed to me. I think he's up to me. I like it. I like how he makes off-colour jokes and rude statements in his arguments, and I love how it triggers the feminists, because that's the whole point of it, isn't it? And he generally, I think, he offers a different point of view, and he always has a sense of humour in it that's unlike anybody else on this list. He's very much unique in his humour. So that's Aldus Valor for you. Sometimes it's hard to describe. You have to watch it to find out. Number 14, Alison Tieman. I find her cute. I like her artwork. I like her videos. She's like the female DoctorRandomercam. So, in a sense, this is why they're doing that. They're aging, because they have a good chemistry together and it works. I like how in a Lacy Green video, and this is pretty much how I think a lot of the videos are like, she will just be like, what? Why? And that kind of DoctorRandomercam humour comes out, and I really enjoy it. I like the honey badgers a lot too. There's another two members, Randomercam and Karen Straughan on this list, who I'll get to in a minute. And check her out, yeah. Number 15. We're kind of halfway there, nearly. AlphaOmegaSin. He is the one who is the first, apart from MsShadowPaint, another mainly gaming commentator. He talks about video game news. He talks about sometimes social justice and other aspects of the news and culture, and I genuinely like what he says. He is a lot less polarising than someone like RazorFist, and I think a lot less contradictory than people like Jim Sterling and Total Biscuit. So there's someone you need to check out. He's constantly there for the consumer and the gamer, and it's because he is a massive gamer himself that you can relate to him more than other YouTubers who talk about games, even though that's kind of an oxymoron in and of itself and a contradiction. It's hard to explain exactly. He just gets it. He gets it. While these others kind of get really famous and become more like the websites, like Polygon, which isn't a bad thing because they're still far more trustworthy. It's just, I don't know, they lose the connection with the fans, and I don't think he's lost that connection. And generally, he's great at picking out the bullshit and saying what it is. He's very good at that, and I love his social justice cook voice, like, "Ooh, I find that horrible. I triggered." Check it out, AlphaOmegaSin. Number 16. This time it's an Aussie, and this is not angry Aussie at all. This is Oz. Oz is great. He usually makes very short videos, but he's one of those who can make a very short video, yet it says so much in relatively few. He used to use his old voice, but because of his lisp, for some reason, he decided to stop using it and go Bane style, but he uses a female voice. Check him out. Good views. Good views, good argumentation. He's got a good sense of humour, because he's an Aussie, and what Aussie doesn't have a good sense of humour? Oh, angry Aussie. And basically, if you want a YouTuber who is short, succinct, to the point, check him out. Number 17, another Aussie, Bane666AU. He was probably the first big YouTuber who commented on my comment sections, and I was like so giddy. I was like, oh my god, it's Bane666AU! Incredible! Bane is another one of those who is impeccable with his research. He's an MRA. I think he was the first MRA that I started watching. I'm not an MRA or a MGTOW or anything like that, but I am sympathetic to their cause. I agree with a lot of what they say. So he was one of the first ones I got into. It took me a while though, because he uses a text-to-speech program. Not that he can't speak, he can speak, and he has shown his voice recently. And it's just to protect his anonymity, and it's for time. And usually his videos are nearly an hour long, especially the toxic propaganda of feminism series, which I highly recommend. And I genuinely don't know how he hasn't offed himself, because the amount of times he has had to read Man Boobs or We Hunted the Mammoth and Gloss Switch articles astounds me. So check him out. He's another one who's impeccable with his research and his points of view, and if you can get past the text-to-speech and the animated skull, it's well worth it. And we're going back to America here, and it's the channel BASSFZz, led by Zeus. He's the second African American, and I like him because of his views on the male and female dynamic and how it's very a well considered point of view, and it comes across very well. It's very something that you think, yes, that makes sense. He says it in a very nice and calm, intelligent fashion, and I enjoy his videos on that. I don't know how he finds all these crazy girls, and for a guy who who hasn't got a lot of experience sexually, he talks about it far better than most people who are more experienced. He certainly talks about it better than I do, and that's not a slight on him. I'm not trying to ad hominem him in any way, and he has recently seen a video of mine, so hey Zeus, you're on my list. So check him out. He's an excellent YouTuber. He's just, I don't know, he's good. He's good. Number 19, and this is a female anti-feminist. A lot of the women here are anti-feminist, to be fair, and this is Ceara McCord. Ceara McCord is probably similar to, I don't know, I guess really spinosauruskin in the sense that they don't, and V, where they don't take the bullshit. She's very, direct and to the point, and I love her, her takedowns of the hashtag or, Tumblr thing, I need feminism because videos. She has no mercy. She will take down anything and anyone who has a bullshit argument with feminism, and I highly recommend her. She's abrasive, and she's probably not for everyone. Who knows? I don't know. You may not like abrasive personalities, but I enjoy it because she takes no shit. Strong girl. Check her out. Number 20. It's the inimitable, if I said that right, DoctorRandomercam. This guy is the closest to Monty Python on YouTube that I can think of. Definitely. He is definitely the most unusual YouTuber. He's definitely the most unique. Definitely. MRA, part of the Honey Badgers, and it takes a while to get used to the way he formulates his points and his videos, because he doesn't do it in a linear style. I'm very linear in my approach, like a lot of people, and he doesn't do it linear, and he will deconstruct the point in a non-linear way, but once you get used to that, it's very, very entertaining and informative and thought-provoking as well. His use of music is fantastic too. So check that out. He's a talented guy. Number 21. It's one of my main men, Felfop Returns. This is a man who is literally a success story and a dream come true for many guys. He started off the channel trying to find his son, and now he's found his son, and he's got good views. He kind of speaks from a guy with experience. He's also very well read, and you should definitely check his videos out. And at some point, I was going to keep this a secret with him, but I don't know if I should say this. Felfop, please forgive me, but we're going to do a collaboration at some point. We're going to do guest videos on each other's channels, so check him out. He's makes good MRA talking points and arguments, and hey, we share a similar sense of humour, and he's great. Check him out. Number 22. Fellow Brit, Feminism is for nobody. It's another younger guy who's my senpai, but I feel older brotherly love towards him and Spinosauruskin. I like this guy very much. He usually doesn't do videos like me where he shows his face. He kind of talks over the video and pauses it using great editing techniques that I've only just learned. So, he's got a great sense of humour. It's similar to Aldus Valor in a way, in that he will use a lot of gender jokes to get his point across. I love the way he uses the word cunt too. So he's a new one who's up and coming, and I highly recommend him. Number 23 is an interesting add to this list, and this is Gary Edwards. He's another one who I've seen on my comment section once or twice, and generally this guy would be considered a progressive, but he's actually very sceptical of a lot of the social justice warriors' rhetoric and theories. He is, the only way I can describe him, he's another one who's really unique. He's like a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy character. Like, he could have been the narrator, or he could have been an entirely different character. He is that, he's like that, he's that British. Yeah, he's another Brit. And he's unique. He's a philosopher, and he does have that very philosophical point of view, and how he comes across in his videos, and they're very informative, and I highly recommend it. I highly recommend this channel. And his owl's really cute too. And also, accent's fantastic, kind of slight Midlands twang to it, which isn't overbearing, and slightly RP too, so there's someone else you should check out. Number 24. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it a man? Or is it an AI? All I know is he's called Harmful Opinions. And this is another one who's short, succinct, and to the point. And that voice alone, man. The British Microsoft Sam, as I call him. He's great. He makes a lot of informative videos. He does stuff on video games and feminism, and check him out. Check him out, man. Check him out. Number 26. Karen Straughan. Karen Straughan was another one who was an MRA, one of the first ones that I read who helped me. You know, I never thought they were sexist or anything, but I thought there may have been some kind of weird, you know, thing with them. But no, she was another one who helped dispel that myth entirely. And I like the fact that she's a woman, along with Alison Tieman. You know, they're women who are MRAs, and they offer a different perspective. And Karen Straughan is like, she's the big heavyweight, the one who says the most brilliant things, and you know, you wish you could have said, like, oh, I wish I'd said that, you know. She's one of those, so check her out. And I wish she did more videos as well, you know, less Honey Badger's animation, which is very good, but I want more Karen. Number 26, Logicked. This is the person who, without him, we wouldn't have any Armoured Skeptic, although you could also say Red Letter Media too. He is very interesting. He recently came out as rational and not social justice, so that's a good thing. He's different in the sense that, unlike Skeptic, he's kind of, I don't know how to describe him. He uses a morph suit. He's not as dry, but they do have a very similar style. I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, but if you like Armoured Skeptic, you'll love Logicked. And number 27. This is someone who I probably identified the most with politically, and certainly class-wise as well. It's my fellow proletariat and left-winger extraordinaire, Louis Laveau. Without Louis Laveau, I probably would have gone insane, because, god damn it, we need someone who's a bit socialist around here, you know? And Louis Laveau is that person. He shares my point of view that, you know, narrative games, the good ones are fantastic, the bad ones, they're not good, they're fucking shit, and people need to fucking realise it, alright? Telltale has gone downhill, although I like The Wolf Among Us. As a crime story, obviously, you know. Guess the gameplay wasn't very good, but, well. I like his views, I love how he keeps, how he gets exasperated and swears. His point of view is right up my alley with his left-wing slant on it. I mean, most of these people you could gather are probably left to an extent, but he is the one who truly is fucking socialist to the core, I'd say. I mean, that's what he comes across as, and he does like Bernie Sanders. I'd vote for him if I were American. Not Bernie, Louis Laveau, man. So check him out. I think he'll also be a future rationalist, along with Harmful Opinions, Spinosauruskin, and another person who I'll be talking about in a minute. And it's that very person, number 28, SeñorMiniBagel. SeñorMiniBagel is quite an interesting guy. He's American. He's quite young, I'd say. His videos can be very short and succinct, and he's great. He's got great headwear sense, and I think he's one for the future. You guys should check out. He's an I think he's an MRA, maybe not. I don't know, but he's definitely sympathetic. He's I think he might be an atheist too. So check him out. He's similar to Spinosauruskin and I'd say feminism is for nobody, so check them out. And number 29, we're nearly there. 9 more people. Damn, it's gone on a long time, hasn't it? And that is Shoe Head, the sexiest YouTuber, potentially. Maybe. And she's someone who needs to get off her ass and make more videos, because 15 is not enough. She's also one of the first women I saw who wasn't a feminist and who wasn't stupid and irrational and actually, you know, is moral, I guess. I love her weird sense of humour. She's actually kind of similar to RandomerCam in many ways, and you should check her out. Her skits and her feminist impressions are always top notch. Number 30, SkepTorr. I know that he's a Jew, Paul, and that he controls the world, and he's definitely got his strings on me. But SkepTorr is amazing. He's someone who can make me laugh out loud uncontrollably. He is that good. His points are always like just so good. I can't believe that English is not his first language, you know. And that he scripts it as well. He reads his script far more better than I do. Sorry, the lighting's getting poor now. I mean, it's autumn, so it's going to be nightfall in a couple of minutes. So he's another one whose humour is really unique, and he makes me laugh, especially when he does this animation on his 5 facts about feminism. He does, you are a rapist, feminism is bad equality. That's brilliant. I mean, generally he seems to take the piss out of them, but his serious videos are also very good. And he originally started doing the Israeli-Palestine conflict, and he has interesting views on that. You should check it out, and if you don't agree with him, it's just interesting to listen to. Number 31, That Guy T. He's probably the polar opposite of Zeus, and to a lesser extent, the General. Another African-American, of course, and he is probably the one intellectually I like the most, I guess. It's a toss-up between him and the General and Zeus, maybe. I don't know. He's great. He doesn't make an awful lot of videos, sadly, but he's generally to the point, and he keeps it no bullshit, and I like what he says. I'm not quite, you know, a libertarian, but he's someone I like a lot. Number 32, the man who probably inspired me more than anyone else on this list. Everyone has had their, you know, their role, but this guy, without him, I wouldn't be here. And that is, of course, Mr. Amazing Atheist, TJ. Without TJ Kirk, I wouldn't be doing this. Without him, I wouldn't have discovered all these people. I would not have been on this channel doing videos. It would have just been stuck in limbo, and I would have been commenting on things. He is abrasive, obnoxious, arrogant, maybe, but he's never ignored. He reminds me of Manchester United, you know, always hated, loved, but never ignored. You know, I guess I like that about him. He's usually correct. He doesn't stand for bullshit. He's been always there. He's just he is amazing. I think he is amazing, and fuck all those who think he isn't. Only joking, of course. Number 33, and this is an interesting guy, the Black Lord of Fenrir. And Fenrir has a very interesting series on YouTube that I haven't seen before, and that is a history of YouTube sagas. So he's done Angry Homo Kid, Jessica Slaughter, and Thunderfolk versus Venom Fang X. He doesn't make a lot of videos, and it's a crying shame, but it's probably because he has to research all these massive topics and sagas that go back years. Some of them aren't just, you know, a week of drama. Some of them just carry on for months and months, and he has to get all this material to tell the story. And I highly recommend his video series on that, and hopefully he'll make another video in the future. Number 34, Razor Fist, or Rageaholic. This is probably the most polarising figure after the Amazing Atheist. I disagree with him on a lot of shit to do with video games and, to a lesser extent, politics, although I don't give a shit about his politics. If he didn't inject it occasionally, like jokes about Obamacare, etc., it would probably be easier for a lot of people. I disagree that I think Splinter Cell, the series is the best stealth. Oh no, well, Thief to him is the best stealth series of all time, and I definitely disagree with him on that. I think personally it's a toss-up between the first Splinter Cell and the first Metal Gear Solid game, and that's the thing. He thinks Metal Gear Solid is like very derivative, but in many ways other games copied off them, and it copied off other games. But that's besides the point. His music videos and film reviews are outstanding. He was there before anyone else, along with Jim and maybe, you know, I don't know, maybe the Amazing Atheist. I don't know. He was. I'm just gonna say him and Jim, and MundaneMatt and others, and AlphaOmegaSin were the first ones to properly critique the gaming press before it was even fucking fashionable now. Before this all kicked off, you know, Gamergate. He was there before anything else. He is outstanding in that sense, in his critiques of journalism and his reviews on music and film. Check him out. Number 35. 3 more left, guys. And this is Thunderfoot. Good old Filmason. I like Thunderfoot. He was another one of the in my early formative YouTube years that came a bit too late, I'd say. I love his science videos sometimes. I don't watch them all though. I only watch the ones that look interesting to me. I prefer his videos on atheism and creationism and feminism, mainly because I just think there's no one else quite like him in the way he does it. He uses his scientific mind to make his arguments, and generally I just love him poning noobs. I love him poning these people. His use of movie clips inspired me to do the same thing, although I don't have as many as he does. Like, I remember when he did the video very recently on Jordan Owen and David Sorini, and he used Robocop 2. That was fucking hilarious. That was fucking fantastic. Brilliant. I love his humour. It's kind of very subtle. You don't think someone like him, especially in his early days. So I watched the entire series of Why Do People Laugh at Creationists, and you wouldn't think someone back then in 2006, in the way he did his delivery back then, would be like that now. Check him out. Especially that series, and the Feminism one too is fantastic as well, but the Creationism one's better. Number 36. And, you know, we've had another Brit, now we're going to have another Brit. You see, hey, our country needs us, and this guy is great. Teal Day. I love this venison guy. This guy is fantastic. He's another one whose research is impeccable. I love his dry sense of humour, especially when he used to do his a masturbating sound effect. I love that. He makes good videos on feminism and MRA issues and MGTOW issues, etc. He does anything really, even the pharmaceutical companies recently, and I highly recommend him. He's another one who has an inimitable style. And number 37! One more people! And this is Top Hats and Champagne. This guy was a breath of fresh air because, you know, I remember when I first saw him and I thought, this guy's pretty good. He's a member of the PC Master Race, which is even funny because he's German and he lives in Australia. It's so I just find that funny. He was unlike anyone I'd seen. He drank a lot of wine. He has this very classy exterior, and at the same time, he's very gamer-like. So obviously he's going to be coarse and to the point. And his videos on Gavin McInnes and his Gamergate videos, which, oh, thank God he's pro Gamergate. So glad. He was a breath of fresh air just because he was different to a lot of people that I was watching. And I highly recommend him. His channel and his wife as well are unlike anything. He's probably the next Total Biscuit in many ways, but he's different as well. Number 38, another one of my main guys, and this is Glebs Litvjaks. He doesn't do an awful lot of videos, and his videos are mainly more satirical than most people, and they're very short, but it's mainly just poke fun at social justice warriors using their own arguments and their own sound bites. I highly recommend that if you want to use them for jokes. And his point of views are very good. He's great to use on a stream. He's on my 100 subs extravaganza, and I highly recommend him. He's very good. And also check out the live stream he's on, the anti-social justice warrior Circle Jerk. Check that out. That's great. It's not. I don't think he's necessarily the host. That's Denny Am, But, you know, check them all out. Fantastic. So, I guess that's it. That's it. This has been the 150 subscribers video. Can't believe I've managed to get 150 in, what, since April, I'd say. So, how many months is that? 6 months. That's not too bad, I'd say. 6 months, 150 subs. Thank you very much, people, for the support. And I'm going to continue making as many videos as I can, despite being slowed down by Windows 10, which stopped me using the webcam. So it had to make me creative. So until next time, until 200, 300, 500, 1,000, 5,000 even, maybe even 100,000. This has been CharmingMan93. Again, like and share the video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and goodbye.